Good morning, we're in Gotham today, which is in Nottinghamshire. And this is Smudge. And just like the terriers, she likes to sniff a lot. She's getting a bit old now, and a bit slow, and a bit cranky. She doesn't like the brush. She's a bit wobbly on her back legs. She's alright walking, but going up hills or just getting up, she's very slow now. And she doesn't like a helping hand. She's more likely to bite your hand off. But she's still happy enough. As you can see, she does a bit wobbly. And she's not daft, she checks out her footing before she puts her feet somewhere to make sure she's not going to topple over. Oh dear, I'm gone. Oh, she got up, well done. So it's no long walks, and it's no walks going up hills and steps, because they're all a problem. So now she tends to sleep on a rug or on the carpet, so she can get some purchase to get up. Well, she still chases the ball out in the garden, but she doesn't jump in the air to grab it when it's bouncing anymore. But she's not done that probably for a couple of years. She's struggling, but she's struggling on. The corn is growing, it won't be long before it starts to turn, ready for combining. After all the rain earlier in the year when everywhere was flooded, some of the farmers wondered whether they'd ever get a crop planted, let alone brought to harvest. So we've had quite a decent run just of late. Smudge would have enjoyed the pace that Shadow was walking at. The weather over here has been actually a lot warmer than in Ireland. It was about 32 Celsius, which is about 90 odd, or about 90 Fahrenheit. For about a week before I came over. But when I came over, I brought the Irish weather with me, and it dropped down to about 17, 18. At least I didn't bring any rain over this time. Mum and Dad are delighted it's a bit cooler. don't know whether you can see the church over there, but that goes back to 1200, or the year 1200, called St Lawrence Church, Church of England. I was going to bring my drone out this morning, but when I got the batteries, I just tested them, and they've discharged over the last few days. It seems with the batteries, if you don't use them regularly, they discharge themselves. I don't know whether it's a safety thing or just a battery health thing. So that was annoying. And the sun is starting to brighten up now. The daylight was actually coming through at about 3:45 in the morning here. Also in the distance, I don't know whether you can see it, but there's the power station. That's one of the last coal-fired power stations in the country. It guarantees power. When you switch on the power at home, that provides it morning, noon and night. Sunlight, no sunlight, wind or no wind, and they're going to shut it down any moment, and we'll be relying on bloody windmills. going to be a long walk, albeit a short one, because she likes to sniff. Checking which horse has been up here. This trail or walk is called the Logan Trail. A group of residents in the village work tirelessly to keep everything clear. It used to be the old railway. Well, since before I was born anyway, so that's over 60 years ago, before it was a railway. It was all overgrown, but they would say a group of residents worked tirelessly to clear it all out, break everything out and clear all the dead branches, and now it's a village amenity. You get loads of people walking down here, not at this hour of the day obviously, but you get a few dog walkers sometimes, but you get runners and lots of families walking down. It's a nice little walk. There's squirrels down here, foxes, hedgehogs, everything. Nicer bird life over here as well. We don't have those great big jackdaws and crows and seagulls, sparrows, chaffinches, bullfinches, robins. We get wrens, blue tips. All the work that goes on down here isn't funded particularly by the council. It's mostly private funds, which is why it's called the Logan Trail. So the Jot Logan, who was an old resident of the village, even going back to the times of my granddad, who died in '69, but he was kind of a prominent member of the village. He did a lot of work around the village, and his son has helped keep his name alive by generously backing amenities around the place. The village used to have a history society, but it's kind of fallen by the wayside now. Some of the elderly people that run it are no longer with us. At least with the history society, you never kind of lost touch with the past. They used to have monthly meetings and have speakers with cake and coffee and tea and biscuits and that kind of thing. Let's have a look down here and see if the water's still there. Yes, it is. It's still flowing. That's a sign of the amount of rain we have had in the months past. Because for such a long period of time, that was always just bone dry. So it's still seeping through. I doubt they've had to pump any water over the crops this year, because the ground will have been moist enough. Probably moist in the extreme, to be honest. You need a bit of patience when the dogs are getting on in years. You go at their pace, they don't go at your pace. Mr. Logan has sponsored all these benches and what have you. And the free labour puts it all up. I don't want to get too far away from her in case she slips on some of those roots that are growing through. This is where the village horsey people keep their horses. I don't know whether you can see them, but there's quite a few horses in stables stretching out in those big fields. Smudge, stay up here. Smudge! Good girl. There's ladies up here every morning, about 4:30 to 5:30, making sure all the horses are sound, making sure all the water's working. They've got feed, opening fields, closing fields, so they're always in a field with plenty of grass. Smudge. Good girl.